Hello, viewers. Today I have chosen the topic the advent of Islam in Kashmir. But before we will discuss that, a question came to my mind. Is it right to say that the emergence of Islam in Kashmir and the arrival of Islam in India, these two events happened at the same time? To answer this requires thorough analysis and research. Although these two events share some similarities and can be correlated to some extent, but it's important to note that there are distinct historical processes with their unique contents. Islam reached the subcontinent in the 7th century through Arab traders and merchants. Historically, India has had long standing trade connections with various regions, including Central Asia. The ancient Silk Route served as a crucial trade route connecting India to Central Asia, Persia, and beyond. These trade routes facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between different civilizations. During the medieval period, Arab and Persian traders ventured into the Indian Ocean region, including the central areas of present day Kerala. The Malabar coast, with its strategic location and thriving ports, attracted those traders who engaged in maritime trade with India. Arab traders, in particular, established trade networks along the coast, which eventually led to their settlement in the region. The arrival of Muslim traders on the Malabar coast introduced Islamic culture and religious elements to the local population. So, the emergence of Islam in India cannot be solely attributed to trade between India and Central Asian countries. While trade played a role in facilitating cultural and religious exchanges, the spread of Islam in India was a complex process influenced by multiple factors, including trade, political interactions, and missionary activities. However, it is true that Muslim traders were among the early Muslims to arrive in India, and the Malabar coast of Kerala was one of the significant regions where they were first absorbed. However, the advent of Islam in Kashmir and advent of Islam in India can be said to be the two distinct events that happened at the same time. According to some historical accounts, the Arab general Muhammad bin Qasim, who conquered Sindh in present day Pakistan in the early 8th century, Hamim, a Syrian, was the first Muslim to enter Kashmir. Migrated to Kashmir around 712 AD in the entourage of Jaisin, a defeated Hindu prince of Sindh by Muhammad bin Qasim. The then Roy of Kashmir granted the fugitive prince Jaisin an estate called Shakala, and around 733 AD, Kashmir first faced the possibility of an Arab invasion. Jaisin was the son of Dahar, who was the ruler of Sindh. He was defeated and killed by Muhammad bin Qasim. It's said that 500 Arab Muslims had joined Dahir's army. Hamim was probably the son of one of those soldiers. Hamim was extremely close to Jaisin, and when Jaisin died, it was Hamim, son of Sama, who inherited the estate of Shakala. Hamim constructed the first mosque in Kashmir on the land gifted by the Hindu Rai. In 751 AD, the Arab conquered Gilgit from the Chinese. A few years later, between 754 and 761 AD, it's heard from the reliable sources that there were contacts between the king of Kashmir, Vajradhatya Papi Yaka, and Muslim traders, as well as the introduction of Islamic practices in Kashmir. King Harsh 1089 to 1101 AD employed Turushka, the Turkish Muslim officers to senior positions in army. By the end of 12th century, many Dark tribes had converted to Islam. Around 1277 AD, Marco Polo has also recorded the presence of Muslims in Kashmir. Thus, Islam came to Kashmir much before 1320 AD, around when Rinchen Shah and 10,000 others converted to and Islam was adopted and as a state religion. Said Bulbul Shah alias Said Abdurrahman Turkistani, also known as Bulbul Shah, and Said Sharfuddin was a disciple of Shah Namatullah Wali Farsi. However, some believe that it was Shah Namatullah and not his disciple who converted Rinchen Shah to Islam. Both belong to the Sohrawardi order of Sufism. The Muslims of almost all of India and Pakistan, as well as parts of Bangladesh, however, belong to the Chishti order. In Kashmir, however, the Qadiri, Naqshbandi, and Sohrawardi orders are also followed. Mir Said Ali Hamdani Rahmatullahi Allah, the Apostle of Kashmir, better known as Shah Hamdan and Amir Kabir, visited Kashmir from 1314 to 1318 84. Between these two periods, AD is arguably the most celebrated of these sites. He met 1,400 saints in the process before returning to Hamadan. That was when Timur had unleashed a reign of terror, forcing 700 Sayyids led by the Shah Hamdan to flee to Kashmir in 1372. The Sayyids are descendants of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The locality in Srinagar where the Sayyids settled is still known as Malarata. Hazrat Amir Kabir went to Ladakh around 1381 and was the first to establish mosque there. He belonged to the Kubrawi branch of the Sohrawardi order of Sufism. In the state, there are four major shrines dedicated to the Amir Kabir in the Khankai Mullah Srinagar, Tral, Turu, Shi Ladakh. Shah Hamdan died at Hazara, Pakistan, and was buried at Khatlan, which is in Turkestan. His son Mir Muhammad Hamdan, who lived between 1372 to 1450, returned to Kashmir in 1393, accompanied by 300 Sayyids. Sinhabata or Sohabata was the commander-chief of King Sikandar at that time. Sinhabata converted to Islam and kept the name Malik Sharfuddin. He also gave the Malik his daughter, later named Bibi Baria, in marriage. The Mir too is buried in Pakistan. The oldest known surviving Islamic monuments in Kashmir is Bulbul Lankar. It was built almost 600 years around 1320 AD at Ali Kadal, Bulbul Lankar. The first known Kashmiri converts to Islam, Sultan Rinchen, his brother-in-law Queen Kota Rani's brother Ravchandra, and his commander-in-chief. 10,000 others followed, impressed by Sayyid Bilal, converted to Islam.